Hello everyone, Clinton from Pocket View. Happy New Year to all of you out there. Sort of. At this point of recording, it is the 21st of December 2023, but by the time this is out, we might already be past New Year's. For starts, and since it's New Year's, please hit the like button and show some support to a bro here lah. 2023 proved to be a year of mixed bags, with no obvious direction as to where the market is heading towards. But all in all, it's still a fairly positive year. So let's put it behind us and focus what we have for 2024. And what better way to start the year than to start on our first Pick the Right launch for the year. In my opinion, one of the top 2 launches amount to around 20 for the first half of 2024. At this moment in time, I have literally no information about the development beyond the basics and the name, but the basics are good enough for me to pay serious attention to it. So where exactly is this? LENTOR again. This LENTOR area like never ending one after another. I still remember having a client for LENTOR Hill Residences, and when we finished the balloting exercise, I received a WhatsApp on the new LENTOR launch coming up again, which is known as Hillock Green. Then the funny thing was, when I was done with Hillock, I received a similar WhatsApp broadcast about another launch coming up in Lentoria. But anyway, this development that I'm about to talk about today should stand out among all the other LENTOR developments, and is none other than LENTOR Mansion. A GocoLand project sitting on 235,000 square feet of land, making it the largest plot by far in the new LENTOR area, and also one of the cheapest when they paid 985 per square foot per plot ratio for it. That's all I have. How many units to be exact, I don't know. However, what I'm looking at tells me whatever I need to know. And let's whip up the QPE framework to understand why this is something I'm getting all my investors to look into. I have 4 big reasons why this might be the best. Make sure you stay till the end of the video for that. First circle, quality. Point number 1, land size, facilities and facades. Since we have no idea how it looks like at all, how can we pass judgment on its quality? Well, not really. I just need to look at the history of GocoLand projects. You know, there's a good thing and bad thing about the developer. The good thing is that the designs are consistently good. They built the likes of Martin Modern, Midtown Modern, LENTOR Modern, all the moderns, and Mayor Mansion in recent years. And do you realize one thing? The design essence are almost identical. You want to guess what's the bad thing? Because the designs are usually so similar, which is good, I probably think that you shouldn't expect it to be any different from any of the developments I have just mentioned. Always giving consumers this upmarket look with garden living as their usual selling points, and with 235,000 square feet of land to spare, I can only imagine GocoLand will build you something that will stand out. Point number 2, layout. Same thing, I have absolutely no idea how the layouts are going to be. But like point number 1 mentioned, GocoLand usually doesn't disappoint. However, the layout is something I will be looking forward to. Why? It is one of the first few projects that falls under the new ruling, the harmonization of floor areas definition by various agencies. In other words, the AC ledgers and curtain walls that were free space to sell previously by the developers are now chargeable, which also means that there might be refreshing new ideas on creating a new floor plan to adjust to these new requirements. For good or for bad, let's wait and see. Point number 3, location, MRT and amenities. This one don't need to waste too much time talking about this over and over again. Shopping mall and MRT will be at doorstep. Park also at doorstep, located in a new township. That's all. Point number 4, views. Nothing to shout out here other than maybe facing the future Hillock Park, or maybe a safer option of a pool facing. So for the first circle of quality, I expect nothing but the best from GocoLand. They are really the leading developers in recent years that builds you very, very nice properties. Circle number 2, exit strategy. Point number 1, supply and demand. Now, this is about the only objection that comes into the minds of consumer. There's oversupply in the LENTOR area. To look into a detail about it, there's a total of 7 confirmed plots in the 500-meter radius around LENTOR. There will likely even be more in the future, and with so many launching at one go, definitely there's an oversupply of sorts. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's why I always tell my investors who plan to invest in this neighborhood, you have to buy something that stands out either from a price perspective or a product point of view. And after this video today, you will understand why LENTOR Mansion will be the standout. Point number 2, transformation. With the new LENTOR Township already a form of transformation, this actually benefits the older resale properties more than the new ones. And who really cares about transformation, since it's proven time and time again that it's a bonus to have and doesn't mean the world. Okay, point number 3, schools. Now, this is one of the selling points of LENTOR Mansion. If I'm not wrong, almost the entire development is 1 km to CHIJ St. Nicholas Girls' School. Remember when I said that when you buy into LENTOR, you must buy something that ideally stands out? Now, that's extra bonus points for owners where it goes into the resale market. Does it have the edge against almost half of the other developments out there? Yes. Point number 4, target audiences. In an OCR location LENTOR, you expect the usual HDB upgraders. Young couples who are looking for a property with great convenience and amenities, or even people looking at this neighborhood and it's probably an area that they grew up in. So for the exit strategy circle, I'm pretty confident LENTOR Mansion would come up on tops. Which brings me to my last circle, price. Because the actual price is not known until launch day, whatever I'm about to share is just an estimate on my end. I can only try to establish a range where it is safe to be looking at. And if you look at it, GuocoLand bought this land at around 985 per square foot per plot ratio, one of the lowest land costs in the entire LENTOR area. Break-even should be about 1,780 per square foot. Whether it translates into a cheaper price or not, who knows? If it does, good. If it doesn't, then just take one step backwards to look at it from a whole. Do remember that LENTOR Mansion is affected by the new harmonization rules, and how that pans out is still a question mark. Previously, AC latch and curtain walls takes out about 5 to 7% of GFA. Imagine adding that into developer's margin and you can get a rough idea that there's a chance the price could be starting from between 1,009 to 2,000 per square foot. Hence, a 2-bed, 2-bath at under 1.5 and a 3-bedroom premium at slightly above 2 million would be a safe price to enter.
Nice.
In conclusion, the following 4 reasons are what makes LENTOR Mansion my standout launch for the LENTOR Township and possibly for the entire island for first half 2024. Point number 1, developer, GuocoLand. In recent years, this is one of the most sought after developer. It's like when you hear the GuocoLand brand, you instantly know what you'll be getting, and that is prestige. Point number 2, land size. When you give GuocoLand such a large plot to play with, they will build you something majestic, for sure. Point number 3, schools. CHIJ St. Nicholas Girls' School, full factor, versus the rest of the other developments will earn you extra points. And lastly, point number 4, price. This is the most important point for me. One of the lowest land costs for the LENTOR area and possibly one of the cheapest new launch in Singapore, and yet you get a GuocoLand product sitting on a big plot of land that is just beside the MRT mall and still has a top school? How is that not a property to consider? All the points above will ensure you that when it becomes a resale market in time to come, the demand will be there. And as mentioned, if you can get your hands on a 2-bed, 2-bath at around 1.5 or the 3-bedroom at about $2 million or slightly higher, just buy it with 1.5 eyes closed. Remember, the price has to work, the quality has to shine, and the exit strategy has to be evident. You take any one of these points away and there will be questions to be asked whether it's being valued for money or not. If you're interested to find out more about LENTOR Mansion in due course as we get more information that might tip it off balance as the launch to look at, feel free to reach out to me at my contact details. And until our next video, Happy New Year again, and always buy safe because for 2024, we might be in for a ride.